Hello, everybody. This is Nicole Conway with Nicole Conway Speaks. Um, Today is Tantalizing Tuesday. I hope all of you are doing well on this day. We are going through a lot of rough times, and we all have our moments where we're not doing so well. So that's my first check in. The second check in is yesterday I posted on Facebook. The post was, can we normalize addressing issues immediately and not holding stuff in for months, years? If I offended you, don't go tell everybody but me. So that's what I want to talk about today. Why is it that we get upset with somebody and we say, I'm not dealing with them no more. We ain't friends. You just basically dismiss them and throw them away. And most of the time, they don't even know that you've offended them, or it could be the other way around. Why is it that we hold on to dear life of things that can be discussed? I know everybody in here are not believers. Everybody has their own belief, and I always try to use that as a placeholder. I respect whatever your beliefs are, but I believe in God, and in the Bible it says if your brother or sister offends you or says something against you, you are to go to them and make it right. And I'm paraphrasing, but y'all get the point. But even just common sense, if there's somebody that's in your life and you care about them or you love them, or it may just be somebody that you may be an associate with, go to them and clear it up. You may not be friends afterwards. You may not associate with each other afterwards. But the point is being mature enough to go to them and say, you know what, you hurt my feelings. Or what you said, I really didn't care for what you said, and let's discuss it. And I use this as an example. I always talk to myself first. There was somebody that I had a disagreement with. We didn't really have a disagreement. She said some things, I'm going to say a good 3 years ago. She said some things, and then I saw her with somebody that I wasn't too fond of. And that was kind of like, to me, in my head, that was the nail in the coffin because we had a relationship. So recently we had to do something together, and I said I have to let that go. I let it go a long time ago, but I never talked to her or addressed her with what the issue was. So me and her were talking, and I asked her, I said, is it okay if you and I discuss something? And she said yes. So I told her what happened. I told her that at that time I was really going through a lot, and what she said hurt my feelings, and I couldn't believe she said it. Then I saw her with somebody that she knew me and her didn't click, and it just kind of threw me off. To each his own. I'm not that type of person. You better not be hanging with so and so. That's your business. We all different, and I'm grown. So I went to her and I talked to her about it, and I said, you really hurt my feelings. I really didn't like how it made me feel. And what she said to me, she said, I had no idea, Nicole. I am so sorry. She said, I don't know what I was going through at that time. I probably did say that, not meaning it in any harm and not knowing what you were going through. And sis, I apologize. It was that easy. I was holding on to all that for so long for nothing. So I say that to say this. When you hold on to stuff for dear life, whether it's with a family, a friend, associate, somebody you have to work with, that builds up in your body and it can turn into disease. Okay? I always talk about acupuncture and massage and cupping. I say that because there is a lot of things that we hold inside, and we say on the surface, I let that go. That doesn't bother me anymore. I don't think about that anymore. And in turn, you are suppressing those feelings because you haven't addressed them. You haven't talked to that person about how you feel. You haven't talked to that person and told them that hurt me, or I didn't appreciate you saying that, or I didn't like how you said that in front of a group of people. You could have addressed me privately. But we get so caught up in ourselves and our heads that we don't want to talk about it, goes, which in turn our body takes a hit. There's a lady on Instagram. She's called the Muscle Whisperer, and she has this tool that works out all those kinks and I forget what it's called, but you have buildup in your body, and she basically releases it. That is years and years of holding on to stuff that don't matter. That is not helping you be a healthier you, or a person that can let stuff go. I know some people can hold on to things till they go to their grave. But why? Your body starts aching. You start feeling all these aches and pains in your body. You don't know why. You have all this buildup in your shoulders, your lower back, under your shoulder blades. That's because you're holding on to stuff that you don't need to have. That's stuff that you're not talking about. That's stuff that you're suppressing and you're not addressing it. So I always talk about those methods of self-care because picture a balloon blown up. And every time something happens, it gets bigger and bigger. That's your life. It gets bigger and bigger. When you go to acupuncture, this is fine pin that's like a hair in your head that they put in your body, and it's basically releasing all that pressure that you have on you. We get pressure on us every single day. But to alleviate some of that, you got to open your mouth. You have to communicate. And I understand that as we were children, we were told to, don't you cry, stop crying. Do you some of you guys may remember that. I know you better stop crying. They pop you and then they tell you stop crying, and you are suppressing your feelings and your hurt, and that has trickled into your adult life. So sometimes you may not communicate. Sometimes you may not tell a person how you feel because you catching your air and you're putting it back in the file of your head. But guess what? That's a trauma. And every time something happens similar to that, it's a trigger. And it triggers you. And your body starts tensing up. And you start hurting. And then you start hurting others by what you say, how you do things. Let's do better, y'all. That's all I want to tell y'all. We got to do better. The other thing is our children, our grandchildren, and people younger than us that we may mentor are watching how we handle things. What kind of example are you setting for somebody that's watching you? Sometimes you may be the only person that gets somebody through a day. You may be the only thing somebody looks at instead of a book or a Bible or a series of things that makes you feel better. Show a good example for yourself first, but to those that are watching you, those that look up to you. It is so important that we handle things a little differently. I know we're in COVID, and I know a lot of people are stressed, depressed, have anxiety, whatever you're dealing with. But that does not mean that you have to treat others by the way you're feeling. Let's do better by treating each other a little bit better. It may be somebody you may not ever want to talk to, but reach out to them and say, you know what, this has been bothering me for years. I need to let it go. If you don't do it for anybody else, do it for yourself. You owe it to yourself to let stuff go. It ain't worth it. Your body pays for every bit of that. Okay, that's it. That's all. I'm going to dismount my podium for the day. And anyone that got up, combed their hair, got dressed, and did something special for themselves today, I'm cheering for you because I know some days are really hard. I have those days too. So I'm going to sign off. As I always say, take care of you first. You deserve to be taken care of, and nobody can take care of you better than you can take care of yourself. Secondly, don't forget to take care of others. Love on each other. That's part of what this post is for. Let's take care of each other by letting things go. Maybe the friendship may not continue, but you have let it go. You have released it. And if you cannot talk to them, write it out, burn it up, and let it go. Don't just surface. truly dig deep and let it go. And lastly, but not least, don't forget to govern yourselves accordingly. Don't go out in these streets acting a fool. All right? That's all I got for y'all today. I love you even if you don't love me back. And until next time, take care of yourself, each other, and don't forget to govern yourselves accordingly. This is Nicole Conway with Nicole Conway Speaks on this Tantalizing Tuesday. Until next time, bye.